it's Willow and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a collab with two amazing art YouTubers, Art Block and DIMS, aka Do It My Style. So I was working on both of these drawings at the same time, which is why I'm doing both of the collabs in one video, but they are separate collabs. So I hope that's okay with you guys. So I'm going to be starting with my collab with Reagan, but before I start talking about what we're going to be doing for the collab, I just want to let you guys know about what an amazing channel she has. She makes really great art videos and shorts, so I will link her channel below and make sure to go check it out. Oh, and also I think she's doing a Draw This in Your Style contest as well, so you can go check that out if you want to as well. Okay, so what we chose for our collab was to draw characters inspired by flowers. If you want to know what flower I chose for Reagan, make sure to go check out her video after this one. And if you haven't already guessed by the colours I have out, the flower she chose for me is a marigold. I will put some pictures of marigolds on the screen if you don't know what one is. They're basically like these yellowy, orangey, kind of brown flowers. I think they're quite common. I've seen them before, definitely. And it says here that they're part of the Tagetes, I don't know how to say it, group of plants. Wait, actually that might be wrong. I don't know, don't trust my flower knowledge. But anyway, there seem to be different types of marigolds, but these ones are the ones I was kind of going off of. So I went with a very warm colour scheme and used a lot of yellows and oranges and browns. There was also a marker colour that was literally called marigold, so I had to use that obviously. And as for the design of the outfit, the dress, I was inspired by like the ruffles kind of the flowers. And you can see that where I do the sleeves and stuff. And also I put some things that look like marigolds basically around the edges of her dress and her sleeves and like a belt, just to make it tie in with the flower even more. I really like how the shading turned out on the dress and also on the ruffles around the edges of the dress. It kind of reminds me of another drawing I did when I was doing a autumn inspired page, which I didn't actually finish. Yeah, so I still have to do that. But it reminded me of that because I did a dress with the same colours. As you can see, I'm doing the colouring first and then I'm going to be doing the line art afterwards, because I wasn't really sure if I wanted to do a black fine liner kind of look or maybe do the line art with coloured pencils afterwards. So I just decided that I would choose which one I was going to do after I'd coloured the piece. So make sure you stay till the end of the video so that you can see what I went with. And before I forget, here are the shout outs for today's video and also the shout out emoji. For the skin colour, I decided to go with a darker colour because now that I have my 24 set of skin tone markers from Ohuhu, I can do more of a range of skin tones, which is nice. I'm just redoing the face because I hadn't properly planned it out. And I'm using my orange Prismacolor pencil, or vermilion actually, because I thought it would match the colour scheme. And they're good for doing the sketch when you're not going to rub it out because they don't smudge like pencil would, because you don't want lots of grey smudges all over your drawing. I wasn't really bothered to plan out the face, which is not a very good thing, but it's partly because I don't think that you can get much detail with these colorized pencils. They never get that sharp, they get kind of blunt. So what I did was I left the face one solid colour apart from the eyes, because obviously those aren't going to be the same colour as the skin. So I just left spaces for them so I can go back in afterwards when I'm adding the line out. Is it just me, or does she kind of have like the Encanto vibe? I don't know if it's the type of dress I used or maybe the little flower in her hair, but it kind of looks like a character from Encanto. Even though none of them look like that, she looks like she would be from Encanto, which I think is a good thing because Encanto is a really nice movie. I chose a pose where she's sort of holding up the dress, so it's displaying the marigold aspect of the drawing more. I did have a reference which I was using, but then I lost it. So for the hands, well, there are no hands. Like seriously, the one on the right, it's just so strange. I should have done it properly, but I couldn't really be bothered. I might go back in and fix it actually, because at the time of filming this, I haven't finished the video yet, like the filming. As in, I'm editing before I finish filming. So I'll probably go back in and finish that. So yeah. This voiceover is getting a little chaotic. Oh, and I'm also adding a background circle thing to make her pop out more. But basically I'm really indecisive, so I couldn't decide whether I wanted to do a green circle or a blue circle. So guess what? I did both. I think it would have looked better if I just did one colour. And also it's a bit too high and it's a bit like an oval more than a circle, which is really annoying me. But if I try and make it even lower, it's going to be more of an oval, so I'm just going to leave it like this. And I'm not finished with this drawing, I will come back to it. But now I'm moving on to my second collab, which is with Mariam. She's also such a cool art YouTuber, so if you haven't seen her channel already, I really recommend you go and check it out. She has lots of fun videos on there, and she even has a story which is really interesting. Okay, so what we decided that we were going to do for the collab is where we give each other a description of the character for the other person to draw. Again, if you want to see what description I gave Mariam, make sure to go check out her video as part of the collab after this one. Okay, so this is the description I was given by Mariam. She said it was a 14-year-old girl who plays soccer or football, wears a hoodie, cornflower blue, with grey shorts and black and white striped stockings. She also said white joggers, but I didn't draw her wearing those, I drew her wearing the shorts instead. And she also described the character as having a medium hair length, and she wears her hair in a high ponytail. Her eye colour is sea green, and her skin colour is medium beige. I decided to do a more dynamic pose for this character because it says she likes to play soccer or football. So I just found a reference of someone playing football, which I'll put up on the screen. And I think I should start using references more often because then I am able to get my poses much more dynamic. I like how vibrant the hoodie looks because I did use purple for shading, but kind of a vibrant purple, so I think it looks nice. When I was shading the shorts, I kind of forgot that they weren't supposed to be denim shorts, so I did colour them a bit like denim shorts, but I think that would be quite uncomfortable to play a sport in denim, so yeah, that was a bit of a mistake. I did the same thing as I did with the previous drawing where I just left spaces for the eyes and hoped that it would work out. So you might be thinking, where are the black and white stockings? And you know what? I'm thinking that as well. So basically I kind of forgot about them, and then I did all this nice shading on the legs. And then by the time I'd realised I'd left them out, I'd already finished doing the legs and I liked how they looked. So I decided to change the stockings into socks, which you'll see in a minute. So yeah, I hope that's okay. My bad, guys. And also the Q&A that I was planning on doing for 200 subscribers might have to be changed to the Q&A for 300 subscribers because we're actually really close to 300 now. I think it's because I made one of those Draw Your Monster videos which got quite a lot of views. So if you want to ask me any questions, I have a community post about that. So I'm going back in with some darker markers to add some more depth to the marigold drawing. I think I'm gonna call her Marigold, probably. I know it's not that original, but I think it suits her. I wonder why. Okay, so now I'm going to be bringing in my coloured pencils so I can do some line art kind of, and also make it more of a mixed media piece with the shading. I think coloured pencils and markers work really well together, so if you haven't tried them out together before, I'd really recommend it. They also work well with watercolours. I think it's really great for people who don't have the patience to do just coloured pencil hyper-realism drawings. If I'm doing something such as the blue hoodie, which is blue, I usually use blue coloured pencils to do the line art, so basically coloured line art. And then I use like brown for the skin and for the hair for this one, and basically just the corresponding colour to whatever I'm colouring in. I also use a dark navy blue if I'm doing the line art for anything grey or black, because I think it makes it more interesting and vibrant than just using a black coloured pencil or a grey coloured pencil. That was a bit of a tongue twister. I do quite like how the hoodie turned out with the coloured pencil shading. It kind of reminds me of the drawing I did in my Paint With Me, if you've watched that video, of how I shaded that shirt. Also, can we just not talk about the hands for either of these drawings, please? You can tell I was really just not bothered with either of them. And I'm now doing a background shape for this drawing as well, to match or complement the other drawing. I'm also doing a gradient between two similar colours. I'm doing red and orange this time. The colour that I'm using for the red, or it's actually pink, it just looks more red on camera, is one of my favourite markers to use. I don't know why, it's not my favourite colour, I just really like the marker. And I do like this square background more than the circle one, just because I think it's more centred in the place where I'd like it to be. And I'm finally going over the facial features for both of these drawings, starting with the marigold flower. I mean the marigold flower inspired character, not the marigold flower. It's kind of hard to see that drawing because since I did the line art with coloured pencils, it's kind of shiny and the camera finds it a bit hard to pick up on. But I hope you can still see it pretty clearly. I'd also just like to say that I won't be able to do any other collabs right now. I'm just not very good at sticking to deadlines and stuff, and I'm a bit busy right now, so I won't be able to do any collabs. But I will let you guys know when I'm free to do them in the future. And if you guys do want to do a collab with me in the future, you can just email me, and my email's in my about section of my channel, or you can just leave me a comment letting me know, and then I'll add you to like a list of future collabs or something. As you can see, I'm doing like these smaller versions of the shape. So for the circle on the left, I'm doing semicircles and dots all around the circle to make it kind of look like it's being broken up. And I just think it makes the page look a bit more complete, and I think it looks really good on the rectangle one. I don't really like how it turned out as much on the marigold drawing, but I think it definitely adds some spice to the page. And I'm also going in with my fine liners and my markers in some places where the pencil just isn't bold enough, and I'm just touching up the line art with that. And also, as you can see, I'm going in with my white gel pen to make the black and white socks. And then I'm just erasing what's left of the sketch that you can still see. And I'm also just writing the names of the people I collabed with, so I'll remember that I collabed with them in the future when I come back to these drawings. And then I added some finishing touches off camera, and here are the finished results. I really like how both of the drawings turned out, and thank you so much to Art Block and DIMS for collabing with me. It was so much fun. And make sure that you check out their videos and their channels. I hope you will have a great day. Thanks for watching, and bye!